At 20:17 a.m., the emergency department doors burst open. A Navy ambulance had arrived carrying 23-year-old Claire Mercer, daughter of Rear Admiral Daniel Mercer, a legendary SEAL commander. Claire had been pulled from a helicopter that crashed during a classified maritime exercise. She had been underwater for nearly 11 minutes. Paramedics found no pulse. Inside Trauma Room 3, doctors fought for her life while Daniel watched through the glass. Charge to 200. Clear. Claire's body jumped. Nothing again. Nothing. Her oxygen level was unreadable. Her pupils were fixed. Her skin was gray. The monitor became a flat green line. The physician looked at the clock. Time of death 2:26. Daniel stared through the glass. No. The doctor removed his gloves. Admiral, I'm sorry. Daniel stepped into the room. You don't get to be sorry. His voice cracked. You get to try again. The doctor shook his head. We already did everything medically possible. Everyone left except a young nurse named Maya Reyes. Maya had only worked at the hospital for 3 weeks. She had transferred from a tiny rural emergency clinic, and senior staff had quickly decided she didn't belong in a major trauma center. One nurse called her farm girl. A resident joked that her biggest emergency had probably been a cow. Maya ignored them. Now she stood beside Claire's body. Something bothered her. She looked at Claire's wet hair, her blue fingertips, the frost forming along her hospital sheet. Then she touched Claire's neck. Nothing. She touched her chest. Nothing. Maya looked at the thermometer. Doctor. He didn't turn. She's dead. Raise. Maya looked again. What's her core temperature? 29 degrees. Maya's eyes widened. How long was she submerged? The paramedic answered. 11 minutes. Maybe more. Maya stared at Claire. Then at the flatline. She's not dead. The doctor finally turned. Excuse me. She is profoundly hypothermic. That doesn't explain everything. No, Maya said. But it explains enough that we can't stop. The doctor shook his head. Her pupils are fixed. She's pulseless. Maya remembered a patient from years earlier, a child pulled from an icy river. The doctors had declared him gone. Her mentor had refused to accept it. The child survived. Maya looked at Claire. Cold water can make death look convincing. You're suggesting we continue. I'm saying we don't have the right to call her dead yet. Silence. Then Daniel spoke. Do it. The Maya began compressions. 1, 2, 3. The room came alive again. Warm fluids, forced air warming, defibrillation, medication. Maya's arms shook. Still, she continued. After 12 minutes, nothing changed. The resident whispered, "This is pointless." Maya heard him. Then leave. He stared at her. What? You heard me? The attending looked at Claire. Continue. 20 minutes passed. Then Claire's heart produced one electrical spike. Maya froze. Wait. Another spike. Then another. She's trying. The room moved. They resumed treatment. A weak rhythm appeared. Daniel covered his mouth. His daughter was alive. Barely, but alive. Maya felt no relief. She noticed something else. Claire's left hand was clenched. There was dried blood beneath one fingernail. Maya opened her fingers. A metallic fragment fell onto the sheet. Shrapnel. Daniel stared. That helicopter wasn't carrying explosives. Maya looked at Claire's scan. Then someone put it there. Silence followed. Claire went to intensive care. Security sealed the trauma floor. By dawn, military personnel surrounded the hospital. But Claire's condition worsened. Her brain was swelling. Doctors warned Daniel she might never wake. At 40:41 a.m., Maya sat beside Claire. Come on, she whispered. Claire's fingers moved. Maya leaned closer. Claire opened her eyes. They were terrified. Claire. Her lips barely moved. Blue room. Maya frowned. What blue room? Claire's eyes rolled upward. Her monitor screamed. Her heart stopped again. Maya called for help. The team revived her, but the words remained. Blue room. There was no blue room in the hospital. Or so everyone believed. Maya searched hospital records. She found it. An abandoned surgical recovery wing beneath the original building. Room B17, painted blue, sealed 12 years earlier. Security broke the lock. Inside they found a hidden transmitter, blood samples, medical equipment, and photographs of Claire. Dozens of them. Someone had been watching her. Then investigators discovered something worse. The transmitter was connected to a classified military contractor, and its access logs showed Admiral Mercer's credentials. Daniel went pale. I never authorized this. A security officer answered. Someone used your identity. Daniel looked at Maya. Why Claire? Before Maya could answer, Claire's medical file disappeared from the ICU. Someone inside the hospital was helping them. Maya realized the truth. The threat was already inside. She locked Claire's room and called security. Minutes later, a doctor entered carrying medication. Maya blocked the door. What's that? Sedative. Why? Her brain pressure is rising. Maya checked the label. Wrong concentration. Don't give it to her. The doctor's face changed. He pulled a syringe from his pocket. Maya stepped backward. Security. The man lunged. Maya slammed the emergency button. 2 guards rushed in. The doctor was arrested. Inside his phone were messages from the same contractor. The final message read, Mercer must not wake. Investigators uncovered the nightmare. Claire had discovered that a classified program was testing an experimental neurological drug on military personnel. The drug was designed to keep soldiers conscious under extreme oxygen deprivation. It worked, but it caused seizures, memory loss, and sometimes death. Claire had found evidence and planned to expose it. Someone had sabotaged her helicopter. The drug in her bloodstream had nearly killed her, and the only reason she survived the crash was the same chemical that should have killed her. Maya had recognized the pattern because her mentor had once taught her how hypothermia could hide signs of life. That lesson had saved Claire. Months later, Claire walked into the hospital on her own. Daniel stood beside her. He looked older, changed. He approached Maya. "I've spent 30 years believing heroes wear uniforms." Maya smiled. "Sometimes they wear scrubs." Daniel removed his SEAL insignia. He held it in his palm. "I can't give you this. I don't want it. I know." He closed his hand around it. "But I'll spend the rest of my life making sure people know your name." Claire hugged Maya. Neither woman spoke. They didn't need to. The hospital had once called Claire dead. The military had nearly buried the truth. A corrupt doctor had tried to finish what the crash started. And one nurse, dismissed as inexperienced and mocked as farm girl, had refused to accept the answer everyone else considered obvious. Years later, Maya would teach new nurses one rule. When a monitor says someone is gone, look at the person before you believe the machine. Because machines measure numbers, heroes notice possibilities. And sometimes the difference between losing someone and bringing them home is a single person willing to say 4 words, "We're not done yet." If stories of courage, sacrifice, and impossible survival matter to you, subscribe now. Because the next hero you meet may be the person everyone else has already decided to ignore.